In today's video, we are going to be reviewing these headphones that you have here in front of you, which are the Picun B8s. These are both wired and Bluetooth headphones. They come with a nice cable. I'm actually going to pull this thing out for once and show you around. So there it is. I have an unboxing of these headphones up already, and they are surprisingly good for $36. That's $36 for the purple and $34 for the black. Let me get closer. So that's a USB-C to USB-A cable for charging. Of course, you can use whatever USB-C type cable you want, though. I'd recommend that over a cable that I don't really know much about because, well, I have one specific cable for my phone, headphones, controller, everything that I like to use. It's much better. Higher quality cables reduce the risk of other issues. So there's that. Now, this thing comes in many colors. So blue, not blue. Do they come in blue? I haven't checked if they come blue. Blue, I don't register blue very well, but I'll take a look here real quick. They have 40mm dynamic sound units, or drivers, if you will, and Bluetooth 5.3 up to 33 feet or 10-meter range. Battery life is up to 120 hours of playtime on a single charge. They have an aux-in for a wired connection, which is always very, very, very nice and very welcome. So these are the ones that I have here. So they come in ashen gold, which, by the way, that's not going to pick up, is it? It isn't, okay. Which looks really good. They come in black, cyan, pink, purple, and white. They don't have a blue. Well, that's a weird thing not to have a blue. Huh. Oh well, they don't have a blue. They have EQ modes, so there's 3 of them. There's pop, bass, and rock. Rock was the best one, by far, and you can switch the sound profile pretty easy. You just hold this down for a few seconds, and it would end up doing that. Let me just mute that. There's also a very touch-sensitive buttons right there. They're not actual touch, but they may as well be at this point because they're super sensitive. I barely even touched the headphones; they went off. Now, as I was trying to say, holding down this button right there, the power button, will switch the EQ modes for. So all you have to do is hold it down for a couple seconds and it will end up switching. Now I'm going to lower the brightness of my little light here because I don't think I need to have it that bright. Just make sure you can see it. Okay, so there's the 3.5. There's the USB-C. There's the microphone right there. There's the power button. And it blinks, the LED blinks to show you that it's on, which I think is kind of a waste of power. I mean, it's on, it tells you it's on, so you don't really need to do that. Another thing is it has low latency, so 50 milliseconds latency, which they say is ideal for gaming, but I guess that is up to you. And I've already showed you the accessories, and there's also a voice assistant ability, which is nice. Now, let's talk about the pads. So the pads are actually held in by a plastic part on the inside here. You remove the plastic part and the pads fall apart. They just get all weird and bumpy, and I don't want to do that. Not this time. I did that in the unboxing. And it was disappointing. I think these are glued in. I guarantee they are. It's sad that they're not replaceable or being able to be replaced by a better set. But for what they are, they're very comfortable. They just don't have a lot of resistance. They don't feel like memory foam. I wish they were actually memory foam. I want to show you something. I haven't cleaned these in a while, so please forgive me. So these are the Rhodes NHT 100s. And why is that doing that? Is that just not in all the way? Did these drop at one point? And it's like, what is this thing doing? Anyway, these are gel foam. So these are gel. Sorry about the weirdness there. I told you I haven't cleaned them in a while. But that remembers. So you can get really comfy really easy, and they're cooling gel. So, I mean, that would be good for these, by far. I'll figure out why that's doing the popping sound later. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't know. Now, it really is true. I went all the way to the elevator and down to the 2nd floor before these disconnected, so it is true about the range of these things. Sound quality, it does get very, very close to my other headphones, which are the Sennheiser A Sentient Plus, these are like $300 headphones, and they get very, very close to these in sound quality. They actually do a little better in, I think, the mids than these do, but I can, you know, make up for that by adjusting the EQ in the built-in phone app, which these unfortunately don't have the ability to do. Having a phone app would be a game changer for these, because we'd be able to tune these the way that we want to tune them, and I want to do that because I want to see what kind of potential they really have. So what I've actually done, if I click here, why is it always on the wrong monitor? Like, really? So what I've done is I've actually connected them to the PC. As you can see, they're right there in the Bluetooth, so Picun B8, and they also show up here. They're at 70% charge. And what I want to do is I want to try to adjust these to make them sound better. You're not going to be able to hear what I'm doing, of course, because I'm not legally allowed. But I think it would be really cool to pull off. So what I've done is I've actually connected them to the PC. As you can see, they're right there in the Bluetooth, so Picun B8, and they also show up here. They're at 70% charge. And what I want to do is I want to try to adjust these to make them sound better. You're not going to be able to hear what I'm doing, of course, because I'm not legally allowed. But I think it would be really cool to pull off, because right now this song sounds great. I'm going to try to talk as much as I can. I got to figure out how to remember how to do this. I'm actually going to pause this so I figure out where the EQ went. So I believe if I go to settings, audio, and then we go in here, set that to the toolbar, click here, and I don't know. Oh, there's additional profiles. That's kind of neat. Look at that. Interesting. Never knew that. All right. So it's not there. Where the heck did you guys put your EQ? There we go. Get rid of that. And I went to the same exact place again. Oh, I never learned, do I? Audio. You know, you think the EQ would be in here, and it might be in here, but I just don't see it being in here, which means it might be an experimental. Auto switch to explicit Alphabet. Yes, please. Ooh, equalizer. There we go. So now if we go here, does the equalizer show up? Nope. So my guess it's probably in here now, right? You think it would be? There it is. Okay. So I hit play on this. Actually, I'm going to hit play on one of my other songs. I can't search right now because my everything else is put away. Let me try to find something that might work. There we go. And the seed. Okay. I know how this one should sound. I can't do anything. It's perfect. Okay. Ooh. Let's put it right about there. Wow. When I see these things actually sound good for budget headphones, I'm not trying to pull your leg or anything. I'm very impressed. Wow, these actually take to the EQ very well, which I do enjoy. I wonder if these things have a sound profile somewhere. They do cancel out a lot of noise with these pads, which I appreciate. Oh. Wow, these actually take to the EQ very well, which I do enjoy. I wonder if these things have a sound profile somewhere. They do cancel out a lot of noise with these pads, which I appreciate. That song is just perfect, but I need something acoustic, and I'm not sure if Breaking Benjamin has anything acoustic-wise. I think they do on their latest album, Aurora. Phobia, Aurora, Dear Agony. Nope, that's an older one. Phobia. Yeah, let's just go here and see if I can find it. Aurora. This should have some things. That sounds really good. Yeah, it's hard to have any real complaints about this thing. That's the problem. when you make headphones that sound as good as these ones do at a good price, like $36 or Canadian, which means it's even cheaper in America. It's like $27. Yeah, I can't complain. Again, USB-C, like that makes me happy. The nice cushion pads, that makes me happy. Having 40mm drivers that actually are dynamic and work very well. They do have a very punchy bass, but the bass isn't exactly overwhelming. It does have clear mids, and the highs are very balanced for what they are, so I can't complain at all. Not only that, but if you notice, I'm not even sure I can get you a good image of this. I'm trying. There we go. I had a good image. Let me try that again. Do you see that? Do you see the screws? You see that? There's a repairability to these. Okay, and that is super impressive. They use metal in here instead of just plastic components, which I appreciate. More metal right here, and the logo's not too intrusive, which is nice. I like that. The design overall very reminiscent of past headphones, which I enjoy. So it's got like a little retro feel to it, where it's got this pump out and everything like that. It's nice. It works. I don't really think, besides the issues that I have presented in the unboxing, where if you turn this up too high, because sometimes I like to try things at higher volumes than I should, you'll get distortion on just the bass, but nothing else, and that's probably to be expected considering what these do to the bass. It's like a very, very good bass, and no one's going to be cranking their headphones anyway, so it's not really much of an issue. So, battery life, I didn't really get to test battery life. They didn't really die much. I didn't need to charge them at all, which is nice. And they have this feature where they auto turn off after a while when they're not being used, so that ends up saving a lot of battery life itself. It's one of those products that is so affordable, it's so budget friendly, and it has nothing but goodness surrounding it. I can't complain. It's one of those products that is so affordable, it's so budget friendly, and it has nothing but goodness surrounding it. I can't complain about it. I can't. I want to. Like, I like complaining about things, but there's nothing here. And I'm supremely picky. Okay? I'm so picky that I primarily switched to Sennheiser for that reason, because out of the box, these are one of the most finely tuned headphones that I've ever had. But these are just as good. So I'm very impressed. So to Picun, thank you for sending me these. Thank you for making such a budget-friendly option. I didn't know these existed until they sent them to me, and I'm glad that I know now. I'll be keeping an eye on these, and I hope you guys make higher-end headphones. Honestly, if these are a 9 out of 10, okay, because the pads are glued in and there's that plastic part inside, can you imagine what they could do with a higher-end set with like more higher-end components? It would be crazy, like having the ability to swap out these pads with like brainwave pads. It would change everything about the sound. I would love it. It'd be more open, and like there's so much potential here. So again, I don't know. You can find these in the description below, both for American and Canadian links. If you're in the UK, you'll have to find your own link on that one. I'm not good at that. And I'll see you guys next time.